Okay. And I'd like to introduce to those uh, for the first time, having Aubrey Hunter, better known as some of you as Cookie Hunter from Norfolk, Virginia. Mr. Hunter, please come on in and introduce yourself. And if you wouldn't mind taking a few moments to tell us a little bit about yourself, your story, we might say. Take it away.
Hello, everyone. Hello, everyone. My name is Aubrey L. Hunter, and I'm a barber of 42 years. I'm an accomplished author and poet, songwriter, grassroots leader, master barber, and an artist.
Fantastic. Fantastic. Well, it is. I've been knowing you for maybe 35 of those 42 years that you've been a barber, maybe not quite that long, but when
I
I
would
was
say about
home,
that. I would say about that long. About that long.
you've
Because
always been
I
my
met
barber
you. I met you when you was you was selling clothes at I think it was He and She's on
downtown.
Granby Street.
Yes,
Uh,
yes.
and I
And
purchased an outfit from you, and I gave you one of my cards, and you came to see me, and I've been cutting your hair off and on ever since.
yes, you have. Yes, you have. And I must say, a good barber you are. A good, excellent barber. I'll
Well,
put it
thank
that
you very
way. An
much.
excellent barber. And
Thank you.
you also mentioned that you are a author.
Yes.
Would you tell us a little bit about the books that you've authored?
Okay, I've written a book entitled "Conception of Greatness," and here's my book right here. Can you see it?
Yes, we can.
Okay, yeah. And it's 22 exciting poems, right, about love, life, and many other experiences, right? This one. And this is my main one that I want to talk to you about. I also written a short story called Count Bloodstone Vampire, another manuscript called A Tramp's Obsession, and this one is called Strange Occurrences.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so, of those three manuscripts, which one is your favorite, and which one will we be talking about today, or will you cover a
Okay,
little bit of all three?
we're going to go over mainly this one because this is the one, the book that's been published in. Well, you can find it at Barnes and Noble and
Okay.
Amazon. Okay, but here's another manuscript that I've written, and this one is called The Autobiography of Aubrey L. Hunter. Curse. I call it Curse with Good Looks.
A modest guy you are, I gotta say. So tell us a little bit about Cursed with Good Looks.
uh, let's see here. I've also modeled, and I'd like to show you some of my modeling pictures. Oh, can you see this?
Okay, headshot. Yes.
Yeah, fish shot. Kind of. Here's another one of my headshots. If you can see it, it's just kind of hard for me to yeah, hold that for me, please. My assistant here.
Okay.
Yeah, that's one. And here's me, my composite card when I was modeling for OTM, on track modeling.
Okay.
And that's me right here leaving the Screen Actors Guild, if you can see it,
Okay.
leaving the Screen Actors Guild. And here's me with John Witherspoon, right?
From John Witherspoon, comedian and actor.
That's right, from the Wayans Brothers show. And here's
Yes.
me on the runway, modeling on the runway. and some more of my photos as a model.
Fantastic. I remember those days.
Yeah, I remember them too. Wish I still look like that.
Well, as we get older, the curse of good looks
Yeah,
doesn't exactly go away. We just get better with age.
yeah, like a fine wine.
Exactly. Exactly. So let me ask you this question. How did you become a poet?
Well, I was in love when I figured if I wrote a poem, I could get her back. And I written the poem, and I got her back. But once I got her back, I didn't want her. So I
Okay.
could, so I continued to write. And here's a play that I was in, and it's called "Girls in the Hood." It was called "Girls in the Hood." If you can see it. My cameraman is he ain't on it. Yeah, that's called "Girls in the Hood." And and here's a list of everyone who starred in the play.
Okay.
And
Now, was this published? Was this done locally here? I mean, in VA. Where was it?
yes, it
Where
was. It
was
was
it
done in
performed?
VA. It was done in VA.
Okay.
And and here's a letter showing that I was in the fashion show. I was the Millennium Man, and 103 Jams had the contest for the Millennium Man in 2000, and I
Okay.
sent my picture in, and I won.
Oh, fantastic.
Mm.
Fantastic.
And I was supposed to be in this. It's Raining Men, but they canceled it.
Okay.
And and model for these people highlight. And that's me in Black Pages magazine.
Okay.
And some more of me in Black Pages magazine and in the Virginia Pilot.
Oh, so you've had a little notoriety then, huh?
Yes, I have. My good friend John. And like I say, I written a song entitled It Must Be Magic. And you can find it on YouTube Music. And it's written by Aubrey Hunter, recorded by Jonathan Cooper.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And how do you get that song again? What platform?
It Must Be Magic. It's on L Hunter Music and YouTube.
L Hunter Music on YouTube.
Hmm.
We might have to go and download that and listen to it.
Yeah, and
So,
listen to
folks, if you're
it.
listening,
Yeah, yeah.
go to YouTube and download L Hunter Music. It
Uh,
must be
Be
magic.
Magic by Jonathan Cooper.
Okay, fantastic.
And
Now,
here's a picture that I drew of Jesus, myself, and Farrakhan, and I call it Conception of Greatness. Right. Also, the name of my book, poems, Conception of Greatness.
okay.
It sounded so good, I had to use it twice.
So, with your books, how do we get a hold of your books? What platform are your books on?
Okay, you have to go to YouTube, not YouTube, but like I say, Barnes and Noble. Here we are, right here. Just go to any Barnes and Noble and put my name in, Aubrey L. Hunter, Conception of Greatness.
Okay.
And that's how you'll get it, yes. Conception of Greatness, Barnes and Noble. And here's a letter that I once received from Mike Douglas when I first wrote my first poem.
From Mike Douglas, the correspondent.
Mike Douglas had the TV show
Okay.
because I've been writing for a while. And this came from, as you can see, Red Scout.
Oh wow.
Yeah, when I
Okay.
wrote my first poem, and I was the best poet of 2007.
Okay. Well, see, these are things I did not know about you, Cookie. After all
Hmm.
these years, thank
Yeah,
you for sharing these things with me. I had no idea.
and the International Poetry Hall of Fame.
All right. All right. Wow.
And, and the poem that I written, it must be magic. I written it as a poem first, and then later on I turned it into a song.
Okay.
And it won the an Merit Award. And then one of my poems I read, and received the Golden Poet Award from Poetry Gram. And here, the National Library of Poetry won the Editor's Choice Award in
Wow.
1994. And here in 2006, Poetry.com, the Editor's Choice Award in September 2006 for outstanding achievement in poetry. And over here, National Library of Poetry. Once again, I won the Editor's Choice Award in 1998. And in 1998, again, I won for outstanding achievement in poetry from Famous Poets. And here's an invitation that Donald Trump sent me a couple of years ago, which I never used, to come to one of his conventions.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay. You've hit a plateau when you got Donald Trump sending you an invitation to come to one of his conventions. That is really a plateau, I got to tell you.
And Billboard magazine, my song, they wrote about my song in Billboard.
Okay. Wow.
And I dabbled a little bit in politics, and here's pictures of me with our mayor, Kenneth Alexander. And
I
that's me.
remember when he got elected. That's been over, what, 7, 8 years ago now? A little longer
Something
than
like
that?
that, yes.
Yeah.
And that's me with our former governor, Northam.
Okay.
And that's me with Senator Tim Kaine at one of the rallies, Democratic convention rallies. And here's me with Bobby Scott on his birthday.
I remember Senator Scott. I remember
Uh-huh.
him very well.
And that's me once again with John Witherspoon. I was in a play, and John Witherspoon, he performed there. And that's how I met him. And that's me once again with our former governor, Northam. And that's me with Senator Warner, Mark Warner.
Okay.
And this is from Hillary. She says, Aubrey, we are stronger together. Help defeat Republican bullies on November 8th. Thank you, Hillary. That's what she said. And this was from, and down the bottom here, this is from Obama. He said, I want to send you a quick note to thank you for standing by my side these past 8 years. Nothing we accomplished during my time in office would have been possible without your support. I know that I can count on you. Continue to stand with the Democrats in the month and the years to come. Thank you, Obama.
Well, now that is something. That's something. I think that overshadows the Trump invitation by quite a
I
bit.
think so too. Yeah.
Wow, that's quite a plethora of accomplishments there, my friend.
Well, thank you.
You know,
That's just a few. I couldn't get them all because a lot of them was in my storage place. I had to go get them all.
now are you still writing poetry and songs?
I haven't written any poetry lately since I written the book, but I write letters all the time because I'm a grassroots leader and I write letters, I sign petitions, and I call people to get them to come out and vote. And I go and see if people are registered to vote.
Okay,
Yeah. And
okay.
once again, here's a plaque from the International Society of Poets, being a distinguished member. And this was given
Cool.
to me by Elizabeth Bonds, president of the International Society of Poets.
Wow.
And this
Wow.
one right here, again, is from the International Poetry Hall of Fame, Aubrey Hunter poetry exhibit. Right. On the internet World Wide Web is an http://www.poet.com Aubrey Hunter, HTML.
Okay. Wow. You got quite a plethora of accomplishments and accolades. I'm like I said, a lot of these things I knew some of them, but I now know a lot more about you than I have previously. So
Yeah.
thank you for all of those, and man, I'm proud to know you, my friend.
Well, I've always been proud to know you, John. Because, like I told you, you have that voice. You have that voice, man.
Well, thank you. You know, I want to give a shout out to Kenneth. We met some years ago, and he had me on the show as a guest. I forget exactly how it began, but all these years, he's kept me in mind, and radio has always been something that I've always wanted to do, and he's actually given me the platform to be able to do it. And interviewing people like yourself, and I've interviewed pastors from here in Salt Lake City, and it's just a pleasure to be able to recognize friends and the accomplishments of people, period. You know, so thank you for being a good friend to me. Thank you for being my barber. Thank you for being a poet and a songwriter. And now that we're exposed to you a little bit more, I hope that the people out there listening will go to the platforms where you have your books and your music and look you up, purchase some music, purchase a book. And, you know, I hope that your career continues to blossom. And I do want to just touch on one quick thing. Uh, Being a barber, I know that you are responsible for some good looking haircuts.
Well, thank you. Thank you. I try my best.
Yes, yes. And like I
Yeah.
said, whenever I come home, you're the person I come see to go get that tight fade, to get that clean, crisp haircut. When I get back home, people are like, where you get your haircut at? I said, well, you got to travel a little bit if you want to go see my barber. But thank you for that. And I know right now are you still barbering full time?
Well, I'm a semi-retired. I only work 3 days a week, and that's Thursday, Friday, and Saturdays.
Okay, okay, okay. So semi-retired means you're still working, but not at the full pace where you were working before, 6 days a week, or 5 days a week.
5 days a week. Well, honestly, John, I'm still working because I go to the nursing homes and stuff like that, and cut people's hair. They can't get out. Yeah.
Okay. Oh, a
And
little community service in there as well.
some of my older customers, they can't get around anymore, so I go to their home and cut their hair.
Okay. Wow. Wow. That's good, man. That is good. Cookie, we're going to be wrapping up here in just a few moments. I want to ask Kenneth if he has any questions that he would like to ask you before we conclude our interview. He's popping on now.
I would like 300 free haircuts to go.
Well, I don't know about 300, but we can work out something.
Do you have a business or a shop that you work out of?
Yes, I work at the barber shop in the Longshoreman Hall in Norfolk, Virginia. It's 3300 East Princess Anne Road.
Right. I know it is. I used to go. It used to be on the that side street.
Yes, it did. Yes, it did.
Yeah, because my dad was longshoreman. He used to have to go upstairs, pay his dues.
Uh-huh.
You got to stand out there. I'm talking about in the day.
Yeah,
Yeah.
my father was a longshoreman also. When
Yeah.
I finished school, he wanted me and my brother to become longshoremen, and I told him no, I had other plans. And he
Uh-huh.
said, well, I told him, well, I want to be a movie star. And my
Okay.
brother told him he wants to be a basketball star. And my
Uh-huh.
dad said, well, then I have two fools for sons.
Oh, wow. But
Yeah.
once again, I want to say thank you for coming on the show today, Cookie. It has been a pleasure talking with you, my friend. And any last words you want to say before we wrap this up?
Well, I want to thank the good Lord, and I want to thank you and my friend there. I'm looking for him to come and get one of those 300 haircuts, free haircut. And I wanted to share this with you too, because the National Black Book Festival salute authors for Black History Month, and I was one of the authors, and there's my picture right there. But they kind of messed it up. On this picture, my face is like Martin when Tommy Hearns finished with it.
Oh, okay.
got, got my
Okay. Oh,
got
and
my head.
one more thing. I know who you were talking about when you said Mike Douglas, okay?
Mm-hmm.
The talk show host, right? You talking
Yes.
about the talk show.
Yes.
See, he don't watch it.
I knew who Mike
He wasn't
Douglas
allowed to
was.
watch TV when he was coming up. And another thing, it's nice to meet someone that knew him when he had hair. Went to Utah, lost it, just gone. I don't know what happened. Was it the water? I told him about, some people can only survive with American water. I don't know
He
what
still
the
doesn't
Utah
think we
stuff
live
is.
in the USA because he thinks Utah is a foreign country.
It is. It is.
Well, we're going to have to get him a passport to come out here then. You get your passport, come on out, Kenneth.
Why are you getting me out there so bad? What is that with you? What?
Because
Why do you want me out there?
Well, look, so I would like to share the experience with you of somewhere other than Norfolk, Virginia, Hampton, Chesapeake.
Well, pay my way to Vegas and let's go.
Well, I tell you what, if you
I
come
want
out
a
here,
free
we'll
haircut,
go to Vegas.
and I want to go to Vegas. Huh?
Right. So if you come out here, we'll go to Vegas.
You gonna pay my way?
I'll pay you because we're only 4 hours away. We could drive or fly, whichever one you want to do. But you got
Either way you doing it, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. See, but anyway, is there a church you affiliated with?
Aubrey?
I beg your pardon?
Is there a church you affiliated with?
Yes, I'm affiliated with Antioch Church
Oh, okay. In Berkeley.
In Berkeley, yes.
Right.
But I've been attending Gethsemane Church on
Brampton. Right.
Yeah,
I just had your I just had your minister of music on my show.
Okay.
Michael Smith.
Yes. Michael Smith. He just came back from
he's on his way to Kenya,
Africa. He just came back from
right.
Africa.
And I had him on because he and I are friends. We're both musicians, and I had him on to talk about what his ministry and all that good stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. See, we left Mayo stay in Utah, because since he's not around you to get a good haircut, we try to keep him low key as possible. I'm wrong. I know that.
You are. That's okay. That's all right. I
just
put up.
say good night. Say do your good nights, and then we'll move on. Good meeting you.
Nice
Hey,
meeting you also.
hey, Aubrey. Thank you once again for being on the show. It was a pleasure talking with you this evening, sir. And may God continue to bless you in all your endeavors, writing, your poetry, movies, whatever you choose to do. May God lay his loving hands on you to continue doing it.
And thank you very much for having me on your show.
But you are quite welcome, sir. And you have a great rest of the evening.
And you do the same.
All right.
All
Hey,
right.
take care. Love you, brother.
Same here, my brother.
All right,
All
man.
right.